DJ Event Planner will change the way you manage and run your business. Streamline all of your procedures and software into one easy-to-manage system. DJ Event Planner, the ultimate online planning tool. For some reason, people have gotten a big confusion between Serato Intro and this program Serato DJ. So they had so many people complaining because someone would get a controller that came with Serato Intro, and they would complain because, oh, it's not the full version. Well, so what they're doing now is that they're all called Serato DJ, and there is Serato DJ Intro and Serato DJ Pro. So when 2.0 comes out, it's going to be split into 2 and 2 only, Serato DJ Intro and Serato DJ Pro. So I did a video a while back talking about the fact that it's now being beta tested, and had somebody who was an official beta tester say, hey, you know, I got it. It's great. And about 2 weeks later, after I just asked him questions, I wasn't trying to do anything, literally did not ask this person for it. I get an email with the little program, and I'm like, is this what I think it is? And he's like, you didn't get it from me. So I have it and got to test it. The big thing for those who do Serato, it is now 64-bit. So if you're running a Mac with a Retina screen, I have a really high-end Lenovo Gaming is what I use for DJing, which has a good screen, but it's still not that full-out crazy Retina screen. And I can tell you, it looks much crisper than the other version did with the 64-bit. I mean, it looks really HD. So that was one of their big changes. They did do the day and night versions, which virtual I can do day and night on every skin that I've ever loaded. I can do it day and night. It's again why I like it. And they are due when you have for those of you who don't know, with virtual and you use virtual or any of the other ones, if you're not hooked up to a controller, you have access to both your decks. But with Serato, if you're not hooked up to something, you don't have both decks. Well, now they have a practice mode in it to where it does have both decks offline, and it actually gives you a little fake fader at the top that you can grab with your mouse and move if you want to hear what a transition sounds like if it's offline. So they're giving you 2 decks now. So that's like the biggest changes really with them. I mean, they're not doing a whole lot, and it's not going to be, for those who were part of Virtual's 7's world and went to 8 and how that they are so drastically different that they're 2 different computers, 2 different softwares. Serato DJ and Serato DJ Pro are not going to be 2 different. It's going to be kind of an upgrade because it won't be, like I said, on this computer, I have both 7 and 8, and I literally could start up 7 right now, and it would run with 7 and 8 running at the same time. They're that different. But with the Serato Pro, it doesn't. It becomes now your new thing.
I have a quick question.
Yeah.
I have the Serato full suite. Now, when they do the Pro, will I be automatically upgraded?
I'm going to guess that whatever you had on one, you'll have on the other, because they are all the sweet upgrades and stuff. Again, why I like virtual, because I never have to pay for any extra upgrades. Everything's free. But with Serato, there are things that if you want to buy, and they're putting out some new toolkits, I guess you would call them, right, Howie? They're like a club kit and things like that you can buy. And I'm going to guess from what I've seen, because I have video. Crap, what all do I have? Video. What's the sample one?
Yeah, they had them a la carte, or you could buy the full suite and get everything they have. And I paid the $400 and got everything.
Yeah, whatever I have, I can't remember. I have like 4 or 5. Whatever I have, and when I put the 2.0 in, they automatically showed up as working. So I don't have all of them. I have like 4 or 5. The 4 or 5 I have showed up and worked perfectly. So I really wish I could show that, because it's neat. Again, but I don't want to disrespect the person who gave it to me. In fact, I'll never mention them, and I'm not using it as because it literally says, it gives you a warning not to use publicly right now, stuff like that. It literally tells you that, and I would never do that. But it is neat that they're doing that, and the fact that they're kind of crossing that and showing that there are 2, so people don't get all confused with that. Which I don't.
The only thing I worry about is the current one that I'm using, and I just downloaded one for my new NS7 III. It says it's not supposed to work on my computer, but it is. And it says that minimal system requirements, and I have an older iMac, but it's still working on it. I mean, it's still got plenty of juice in the thing. And it hasn't crashed at all. And I've played it for a couple of hours, mixing, scratching, no latency, nothing. But I'm just worried about the upgrade and be like, meh, sorry, go buy a new Mac.
Yeah, it shouldn't. Okay, those. I'm trying to find the pictures, but I can't find the pictures. I was just going to show them. Anyways, whatever. I can't show them, so I'm not going to get in trouble. I don't want to get anybody in trouble. I don't have that, so I can't do that.
I'm sure there's something on the internet that...
Yeah, there are ones out there, and there's actually a screenshot out there that shows all of the changes. I did used to have it on the phone even, because everybody asked me about them, so I just snapshotted like 4 pictures and kept... that's maybe something I can do. Where'd my DJ was at? DJ picks. There we go. And is Serato in there? Or is it under Serato?
How'd you like that little box that John shared the other day?
I really considered that at a point because I don't like doing DMX. So it's kind of to me, it's an in-between for those people who hook up their lights and just let it run sound activated, and people who do full out DMXing. So I think it has a lot of positive in usability in the industry, because there are a lot of people like me. Recently, I just got the 2 gig bars because I can have a remote and just click and change the lights if I want. I don't want to have to spend time DMXing, and I also don't want to I don't do a lot of events where I need to have it a certain color or something like that. I keep it really simple. I'm going to be spending most of my time mixing, so I don't want to spend a whole lot of time running over here and doing this lighting thing and coming back here and mixing and doing this lighting thing. I want to be here focusing on what I'm doing. So
I think it's really designed to get more out of your uplighting. So for these guys that just do simple basic uplights, now you can have a dance element out of your uplighting.
It does have a lot of good stuff. I think like somebody said last night, I don't even know, was it Howie or somebody said about it being good as a backup? I don't know who said that.
It wasn't me, because I missed the first part of the show. So what is the map on that anyway?
One's 269, which somebody was trying to compare it to.
That'd be a perfect backup. Sure.
Yeah, which somebody was also trying to compare it to the Sound Switch, but they work totally different. If you use Sound Switch,
totally
they're
different.
Same thing. And Sound Switch is the direction I wanted to go, because they did just come out with it for virtual, but it's $500 for that box. And I'm kind of like, for amount of gigs I do per year using lighting, it would take a year to pay for it probably, because I probably do a dozen gigs a year where I use lights. So
wow, that's kind of unusual. They would have such a price difference between that and the American DJ My DMX 3.0, because that has a feature in it where you can have your lights dance to the BPM.
It's a little different because I also do I have it on here? Because I could show it to you. I have it on the studio computer. It's different because it's not necessarily going to the BPM, because it is going to the BPM, but it lets you literally drag up and down things to bring lights in and out and change the color. So if there's a spot in let's say Journey's "Don't Stop Believin'" in born and raised in South Detroit, you can set it to where it comes up to all the lights come up in white on that point and then drop back off again. So every time you load that, just like putting in a cue point, it's always there.
Okay.
So you literally can let it do an auto scan, and it kind of fills what it wants to do, and it does a good job, I think. And then from there, you can start mapping them so that if you want to do something, or if you have certain type of lights, you can put them in there and it will read them differently. So you can alter lights if you want and have them do alternating things, or if you have intelligent lights that you want them to do something while the other ones are doing something. So if everything comes up in blue and you have the intelligent lighting to come in, so every time you load that song, play it to get to the point, your intelligent lighting puts it where you put it at. So it's very elaborate and very detailed, and I love the idea of it. But the box is killing it for me. That's all. No other reason. No other reason. But they're also with virtual, you can do everything. They have plugins for both Freestyler and another one, and I can't remember what it is, that also allow you to do nearly the same thing, but not quite as awesomely as SoundSwitch does it. You can do almost the same thing and set your lights to go with your music, and it programs it in there with the song. So every time you load it, it's always the same thing.
Wow.
Sitting through that with a friend of mine who does DMX, Michael Chilson, he does it. He's been a part of our thing a lot. We looked through the Serato, I mean, that's the SoundSwitch rules and stuff and things like that. If you don't have a brand that they already are using, you have to send them your brand and its mapping numbers, or, you know what I mean, channel numbers and all that stuff. And then they send it back to you with the ability to do that. So I was going to test it with these 4 just flat out cheap $10, $12 pars that I had. And Mike's like, you got to send all those to him before we can do anything. And I'm like, are you serious? So there are limitations with it. You know, it's not just a light with a channel with that one. But like I said, once you get the things that work together, you're limitless on what you can with your creativity to make it do whatever you want it to do. It literally lets you lights. And I mean, the idea is this, and I think this is probably about 10 years ago, I sat in on a seminar somewhere where they were doing this. A guy like me who works by myself can come into a show now with this setup and one computer. I can do music, I can do video, and I can do lights, all synchronized every single time I set it up. Never
That's
happened.
awesome.
And that's a crazy thing to think we're 20 years ago, what you had to do to make that happen and how many people you had to have with you to make that happen. So that's where we're getting to. And it's all off, think about this, all off one computer. You can't. I mean, most guys like to have their lighting on a separate computer, but you can if you wanted everything off one computer. So.
Well, I know the thing with the, what's that thing called? The, John, what's the name of that thing?
The Blackbird thing?
Yeah, Blackbird thing.
DMX Blackbird.
Yeah. I mean, you have some ability to control using your booth output knob to control the intensity of it, which I think is pretty cool.
There are 4 changes on there that I liked because for me, if I do a school dance, there are not many nowadays, but there are a couple schools that want slow dances. And if you have lights that go by sound, it doesn't matter if it's, you know, John Legend singing or Little John, the lights are still kind of go a little crazy. But with that one, you can go from I believe sound mode and beat mode. Is that the 2 names, John?
I think so. I think it was
one's faster, one's slower.
There was a live mode, excuse me. Live mode was the fast, and then beat mode was on the beat.
So you have a fast, a slow,
and
a dim, and a color change. And is it just the other one is just on and color change, right?
Right. Yeah,
Yeah. So it gives you like 3 setups, which
no, the color change is just a soft color change. I didn't see that part.
You can, you can change color. It's not an automatic, but you can change it so that you can have it so that each light is its own color. So the first light's red, the second light's
got you.
And you can manually change it if you want to, like in the middle of it and go to all red or something. Because it's 3 or 4 knobs with colors, right? Yeah. Because the 4th knob is a double. It's either white or UV.
Yeah.
Yeah. So, but I think it's kind of neat. It gives you an in between for those people who don't do all that. You know, like I said, I'm one of those ones that, you know, when I go to a school dance, it's about me mixing and me being on the mic, getting the people hyped up. The lights better be doing their own work.
Right.
They're hired to do their own thing.
Yeah.
MJ.
Yes.
Speaking of like mixes and turntables and all that sort of stuff, and you do a lot of branding with yours. You have branding on your little logo on your turntable there. I was just wondering who you went with for getting that.
That's a sticker, actually.
Is it?
Yeah. Hold on here. I'll switch it down. And hold on. Don't go anywhere. Oh, I'm caught. Hold on.
Yeah, it looks good. It's like not over, you know, but yeah, looks cool. The other thing is, do you have all yours like lit up white and blue? And how did you do that? Because when I was looking at the keypads and everything else, like it looks all multicolored on every other pictures that I've seen.
It's either, can I do this full screen? How do I do this one full screen, John?
Which one are you
He
doing?
also has it. He also has it in
Yeah, he's got a certain mode.
on his computer.
You got to click. You got to click. Click on your video, MJ, and then make it pin video.
In video. There we go. Okay. All right. So that is what you're talking about, right?
Yeah.
Okay. That
That's
is
just a picture. Or
that is that. I cut. It's a sticker that I've been using for a zillion years, and I cut it and stuck it over top the Serato logo there.
awesome.
That's all I did, because I used a tour a long time ago, and the front banner I had was a square banner that looked exactly like this. So my booking agent said, you should use stickers to match that, so everywhere you go, it looks the same.
Yeah.
And that's all I did. And then there's just this blue LED light here. It's, you know, a flexible LED light that I put a little visor on, and it Velcros right there, and it gives me my light to DJ with.
No, nice.
So that's what you're asking, right?
No,
Well,
I think it was asking about the buttons.
The
The
being
buttons,
all
do you
white
have
and
that
blue.
all like figured?
Oh, okay. Let me go back, because how do I go back on this, John? I just
you just click, you go back and
video. There we go. We're back to here. So you're talking about which buttons? These?
Like yeah, I guess those buttons and all the other stuff, it all looks like, for the most part, white and blue versus
it's
the
actually-
pinks and the
It's blue.
purples.
It's kind of washed out because of this. I don't know if I.
Oh, okay.
You can see these
So
are
it's
red.
the standard.
These are
You
blue.
can't change that today.
But the funny thing is, if you hook up Serato to it, these become the multicolored of Serato, and that's the one thing about both the 7000 and the 8000. We can switch back and forth with two. So this button back here, you can't really see it too well. But if I had a computer running Serato on it, and mine, all I do is hit that button, and then this deck becomes active to the other computer, and these change from these colors that were set up for virtual, which you
Okay.
can literally with virtual. Here's Howie. Here's where I go. I can go in and assign this button to be whatever color I want it to be. I can all the buttons. If I don't want this button to be blue, I can go in virtual and say that button is no longer blue. Or if I want it to blink, I can make it blink.
And
Stuff like
that's
that.
in virtual DJ. You can do that.
Yeah, you can do everything, because a lot of the programming I did with let me pick out one here that I could show you that I did. These right here, okay? This is your prep and loads, okay? So
Okay.
from the factory, it's made to kind of jump around folders. So for mine, the top one is my main search area. The next one down is my holding area, and the third one is the files off to the left. So I can jump in them and scroll like that. And when I'm ready to type and do a search, I hit that. And I wanted them to be lit up. So I had to go in and make sure that wherever I was at, it's lit up saying, so now if that's lit up, I know I can start typing. And I'll switch over, and there's so many buttons here to do. I'll stop. Am I sharing? How do I unpin this? Dang, there's so many screens and
I
stuff
think you
going
go
on here.
back to gallery view or to speaker view or something like that.
It's not doing anything here. How do I do that?
There you go. Now I'm back to gallery. I see everybody.
You see everybody now?
I'm seeing.
I'm still full screen on everything.
Yeah, you might.
Now we have it. Everybody
I'm-
back? Can you see? What do you see?
I'm in speaker view.
All right, so we're over to the decks here. Okay.
There you go.
So,
Now we're
When I
focused.
hit the top button, it's going to highlight this area right there where I would type. So if I would hit that, and I could start typing. And let's say I then want to search, so I then hit the next button down, and it puts me in this area. The further one down puts me in this area, and the last one puts me over here. So I can just jump around if I want to go into my new and pops, do a search for 100 to 105, jump down into the list, pull one up there, load it up, and pull this one and run it over here. And 3, 2, 1.
Grips on your front way, back way. You know that I don't.
So for the color changing, is that just in the settings on Virtual DJ, or is that in the skin, or?
It comes up into here. Some of the it's this is where it gets a little crazy. All right, so I'm going to bring up this. You can see this menu, right?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay, and then we're going to go into options and controllers. So I'm going to look for this. I'm going to hit the button, and whatever button I hit, it will tell me what button I hit right here. Okay.
Mhm.
So load prep. So I need to come down here and find LED load prep, and LED. It's in there somewhere. I know it's in there somewhere. It might be load prep LED. I don't know. Load sort, load skin, load LED.
There it is.
There it is.
Ooh.
And when I have it in songs, by putting this in there, it then lights it up. And if I wanted to put an extra piece of coating in there to light it up a different color, I can light it up a different color. And the same with all the different pads are set the same way. Button color 6 for that, you know.
Wow.
And then you can go even further to where if you're doing custom stuff, because I have all of these in virtual, they're called pad mode. And you can set them to be all kinds of different things, because I have them set up to where they are everything from cue points to samples to video effects to everything. All right. So if I want to go into edit, and now I'm going to see all the ones I have here. So I can pick, let's say I'm going to pick my custom audio effects, which I have each one of these set up to a different audio effect. And I can put it in there, pressure, action. So it can be the harder I hit it, the brighter it gets or whatever, or the softer I hit it, the less it gets. And I pick the color of that button for that action. And that's all I have to do. Because right now, you'll see here, right now, these are all cue points. Okay, so I'm gonna hit my cue points. You see it jump around. Okay, I go one over, and here I have, you see how it changed from numbers to names?
Yep.
Or is it showing that?
Yep.
Yep.
Okay. And there's my effects. So I've got loop out, backspin, break, echo, doubler, flange, and all those are in there. I go over one more, and it's now my video effects, which I can't do video effects. If I click video, you won't see anything because it's then going to grab this screen over here. What? It might. I'm going to try it. I don't know if I should. This is going to screw things up. But anyways, you see that there are effects there. Same buttons, what were my cue point buttons, okay, are now video effects. So they can be video cubes, spectrum, different effects, test, milk drop, all that stuff like that. And then go over one more, and then you have the samples and stuff like the air horn. I'm going to turn this down, make sure it doesn't go.
So you're able to do all this with the Denon, but are you able to do this if you were to have a Pioneer or something like that for those that have Pioneers?
Do it with anything, because those pad modes that are done in there are anything that you assign them to. So when I
meant the colors and stuff like that, the color changing and that.
Yeah, because virtual, as long as I'm pretty sure, because of the Pioneer, the pads are not dedicated colors on the Pioneer. I don't think they are.
Oh, okay.
So I think you should be able to do any color, just like when, like I said, when we hook up the Serato to this, it changes it from red and blue to multicolor. So I'm presuming that also is that. So
okay, cool.
But they're also, like I said, these pad modes are now double layered. So we're going back to the cue point, and I hit cue point again, and then it goes into flip mode, which is like the Serato flip mode, Howie, that you have. Okay.
Right.
Okay. Go over to the one where I have the samples, the backspin and all that, and I hit it again. It then takes it to loop rolls.
Oh, neat.
So it's layered. That same button does more than one thing. And then this is my video, and then video layered, as you can see it switching points there, is now a sampler per beat.
And all you're doing for that is just hitting the button twice.
Twice, yeah. And I'll switch back here. I'll stop that and switch back and let you see how that goes. So you can see this here, right? So all I'm doing is here is the cue point mode. Okay. And then there's the flip mode. This is the effects. Okay. This is the rolls. So it's the same here. This goes to the video effects. And then
oh, cool.
And then the last one is the samples. And then this is pitch shift. You ready? Oops. Oh, that's again, with my mapping, I did 2 layers. Okay. So I not only have a layer of, I have a second, I programmed it so there's a second layer of more samples, and then a third layer of the other stuff. So So there's layers on that. And like one of the things that John loves is that stupid little kick drum, okay, that we put in there. So all right, John, Shape of You. No, we're going to do Justin Timberlake. What's the one song, the feeling song? Can't Stop the Feeling. There we go. Couldn't think of the name of it. All right, so it has nothing going on at the beginning. Okay. So John had that kick drum, and his is set up in the sample area here. So what I did is my censor button on both sides, I don't use it because all my songs are censored. I put my kick there. So I have my samples that are my regular samples, and then I also have the kick. So anytime. And John, do you remember we were talking about it being double fast on certain songs?
Yeah.
I didn't realize that I did this, but I do this all the time. If it's double fast, on and off.
I got this feeling inside my bones. It goes electric wavy when I turn it on. Off from my city, off from my home. We're flying up.
Talk us through that again, MJ. You lost me.
What's that?
Talk me through that again, MJ. You lost me.
I'm turning the, instead of it being, because you remember we were talking on certain songs, it's too fast. It's da, 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 da.
The beat and the offbeat.
Yeah, so I just turn it on and off. So.
And you do that for the whole song?
No, because if I needed that to happen, I would go over here and do what a DJ is supposed to do, which this is running at 113. So I'm going to go 109 to 115. And I will pick one that has an intro. And sync it, loop it. And then we can come out of there. Is that 4? And we'll come out of there. And we're out. So little tricks, that's what we're going to be showing in some of the future shows.
Sure.
The little things I did there, and they're not that hard because I'm over here on this song. So we're going to start here. And all I did was take this over here, and I know that I have cue points set up at the beginning. First word. So cue point 4 is first word. So those are there. So I put a loop there. And sync it to this. And I can twist it out a bit. I'm going to half that. Bring it in. Jumping in and out. So the simplest stuff like that is what I want to be able to show people, how easy it is to just be able, all I did was I didn't have to match that. It was there, sync button, loop. Whoops, I got to start it on beat. So if I were to share the screen, bring that down so you can actually hear me. And I can go here.
I hear It's Like That by Run DMC.
Well, that's the Get Married. That's the sample underneath.
Yeah.
Jagged Edge.
Oh, okay. I just came back, so I didn't know what you had loaded in there.
So you can see how that all it is my volume's down. You can see the volume right here is down, and I bring it up. But I know also, yes.
Back to that when you was bringing the snare into the Justin Timberlake song.
Yeah.
Yeah. Could you in the POI go in and set a cue point to where it's a low beat there to have a snare automatically come in the first few beats of that?
Yes, you can.
How do you do that?
For those of you who don't know, one thing why I like Virtual is that you can edit songs and do everything within there. And they have points of interest, and points of interest editor lets you put different things like this, where you have a designated cue point. Is this showing up on here?
Yep.
Mm-hmm. Yep.
Cool. Sometimes when I switch menus, it doesn't show across. But there are cue points and different things like that. So in the point area, you would have to, like this is mix full start, you would put a thing in there to start however that's labeled. I think it's labeled as sample kit. It's labeled under sampler. Yeah, sampler, because I have sampler and then I have a sampler 6000 custom also in there. And there's also custom loops as one. So you could just go into edit and just make one called over here called kick for points of interest, or whatever you want to call it. And then go back into the song, right click on it and your POI editor, and drop in somewhere in there. You just zoom in and drop in your point of interest and have it hit sample POI kick thing and start and what you want it to do. Stuff like that.
Okay.
Wow,
I appreciate that.
Cool.
So there's edits. Like if I go into some of my edits here, this is a which one is this? This is track cleaner. Whoop, so it's already there. We go. So in this song, I shortened. This is a DJ Larry D. Everybody knows DJ Larry D, right? No, he has some incredible videos that he does for video editing. Oops, let me load it. It helps if I load it. All right, so
you are listening to Michael Joseph.
Wrong button. This is his Kiss remix. So this is my loop where I come in on the loop. And then since I have the cue point, I can jump anytime I want. Okay, pretty simple, right? I have this song set, so you see all this yellow area here?
Yeah.
I made a short version, so when I play the song, it skips all of that. I don't know if it'll play. No, because the way it's set up, I can't play the cue in here. But all I do is edit this cue point. So if I was playing it here, so instead of it being, we're going to bring in the regular version. This is Larry D's version, and it is 4 minutes and 31 seconds. And this one is, oops, let me do that. This one is 2:59. Okay, so I took a minute and a half off of the song by cutting this whole center section out. So I'm skipping this right here. I'm skipping all this. So in mine, it just jumps all the way from there. I skipped all of that in there. Right there was the skip. And that stuff, you just sample that. And that's how I do a lot of my edits, where I want a short version or something like, what was the new one by Pharrell Fields? Yeah. Skip the rap part. And I literally said, I don't want the rap in there. I don't feel it's necessary. So I just chop the rap out. Right here. Skipped it right here. Here's where the rap would be. Cut the rap out. So I just go, I don't want that, or it's too long. I have two versions of Pitbull's Get the Part. What's the one? Don't Stop the Party. So I have the regular version, which is 3:26, and then my short version is 2:20. So I took a minute off of it, and just because I wanted to for quicker mixing. And that's one of the things that Virtual lets you do. It lets you also edit bad words out. So if I get here, these are some of the ones anything that I edit, I mark in blue. That's the other thing you can do, is mark your tracks in colors. So the ones that I edit,
I like that.
Yeah. So I edit, like you can also, the red there, I always mark the ones in red that aren't clean. Clean but not clean. That means it's sort of clean, but it's not clean. So I know I did make another version of it.
It's radio safe, but not pastor safe.
It's not junior high dance safe. So I went into some of these. What's the one? Uptown Funk. Okay. If I bring that up, and I'm going to look for cleaner, and you can see there's all these little red marks in there. Okay. this is what it looks like. I put all these little cut marks in there, and what it does is, I made a clean version without the D word.
Really?
Yeah.
Damn is just too much for some people.
In junior highs, you can't. I don't do the word booty. I don't talk. I don't have it. If it does talks about drugs, if it says the hoe, none of that is in there. All of it is out.
I get that with the Christian events. It's got to be super clean.
Yeah, I actually literally have started to mark them clean and super clean, just for that. And I think this one actually is marked super clean. Yes, it is right there, super clean.
Yeah, I had the S-bomb drop at a Christian school dance, and it wasn't too much fun.
Yeah, so that's why, like I said, I do them. But there are other things in here, like what's the one? The BPM. What is it called? BPM editor. Okay, so let's say I load a song that the old school that doesn't do BPMs on beat. You know, that the beat varies. With the editor, I can go in and mark those off beats and correct them, so that when I play it, it is now the downbeat markers are where they should be. So you go through the song, and if something's off, because you can see it's lining it up here. But if I pick an old song, like give me something out of the 70s.
Play that funky music.
I don't even know if I have a regular.
Wild Cherry?
Yeah, I don't even know if I have a regular version. We'll see here. So we're going to go to...
I got a good one for you. September.
Rhinestone Cowboy.
Yeah, I have...
Really, John?
I got that one for you right here, John.
September.
What am I looking for? BPM editor. All right, no.
So you were talking about...
What was it? Not BPM
Analyze.
editor? Yeah, BPM editor. All right. Yeah, so it's gonna look at it now, and you'll probably find spots in this song where they don't line up.
There you go.
It might. See, there you go. There's a good one.
Yep.
So if I wanted to, I would just slide this over, and later on, then when I go to it, I set it variable BPM, and it will then search it and fix it and all that kind of stuff, and to where now it's now on beat. So if you mix it with a song that is properly timed, they work together.
Wow. So it rushes the other one up just a little bit?
Well, what it does, it's the same thing that if you've ever used Ableton, and you can do, it will do mark it from here. So it'll do hundreds of little points, and those little points get pushed this way and this way and this way and this way, and you don't do them far apart, because if you take a whole word of a song or 2 words of a song and speed it up, it's going to sound like that. So what it does it in sections, and then the same way that like the new algorithms with moving your pitch fader up and down for faster, slower, the new algorithms don't make it sound like it's digital. Same thing.
Yeah, it doesn't sound as bad as it does like on turntables with vinyl.
Yeah, so that's what
the pitch is a lot more forgiving.
Yeah, so that's they're doing the same thing with the points of it, the points, to squeeze them in and out to then make it match the beat and not sound forced, I guess would be the way to say it. So,
hey guys, I got to skate and go get kids tucked in the bed. So we'll catch you guys later.
Or do you want me to keep going, or?
Yeah, just continue, and when you shut down, the recording should stop and such. It's all being recorded.
Okay.
Hey, John.
So,
I'll try not to make it 3 hours. Good night.
I don't know if we can do another 3-hour show. I think he and Jimmy stayed up too late.
I'm down.
Guys, we'll catch you later.
Hey, John. You understand, with me DJing, it's 9:58 here. On my Friday gig, I don't start for another hour. On my Saturday gig, I'm just now starting. So I'm ready to start, doing a little mixing now. You know what I mean?
Do you go to 4 a.m.?
No, they do 2 a.m. here, which I'm happy.
Okay.
I've decided whether I want them to ever go 4 a.m.
I used to work in
it's hard.
In the Capital District in New York, Albany area.
Yep.
It's till 4 a.m.
Yeah. I don't know if I would want that, because yes, you can make more money, but you're still up till 4 a.m.
Trust me, an 8-hour shift of DJing, not fun.
So I'm answering questions now. Whatever you want. I guess it's up to me. Gosh.
Have you been on a 12 Have you been on the Newmark NS7 III?
Yes.
Tried one out? And what do you
Yes.
think?
It's the same as NS7 too. It's literally the same, except for the extra screens.
No,
So-
no. I'm talking about the feel of active platters.
It feels the same as the 2 did to me.
No. I'm not talking. I mean, just the fact of active platters versus.
Oh, you're talking about NS7 versus something that doesn't.
Yes, exactly.
It's person by person. I love motorized platters, and I owned the very first NS7, loved it, but it weighs more than twice as much as this does. So it's literally more than double the weight of the 7000 or the 8000. I love the motorized platters. Just to me, it makes it more natural because, you know, on the 7000, as you saw, they have the little LED light that goes around. That to me is something visual, and I like to see that. The 7000 has a physically turning thing. I like it, but I have friends who like CDJs, and the CDJs never moved. They're always static. So to them, a moving platter is something really weird. So it's preference.
Yeah.
This is the funny thing, that Rane, Newmark, and Denon are all owned by InMusic. So they're all owned by the same parent company. Okay. So they are also the only 3 that have motorized platters, because you can get the Rane is coming out with the new one event whenever they come out with that one.
Yeah, the 12.
The 12 and the 72. Denon has a couple motorized platters, individual units, not a full board. And Newmark, they have the 3900 is a single unit with motorized. They've had the 37 was a motorized.
Really? I didn't know that.
I've used them. The 37 was bad because it was laggy. It was real laggy. And then
the 35, didn't they have a 3500?
I think so also, yeah. But and then also now Newmark with the NS7. So all within the same company, they all have a motorized platter. They just, in my opinion, they're missing the market of someone like me who likes a little bit lighter, that doesn't need this platter to feel like it's a record. I don't need it to, because that's one of the things. I actually tore apart the 7000, and they are cast aluminum decks. So that's why they're very heavy. So it makes everything heavy. I don't need it to feel like a turntable. I just need it to turn. So if they had this thing on a motorized platter, as light as it is, or any other one that you've ever felt, I think that would be awesome. Just make the freaking thing spin.
In order to get that torque, you have to have a.
I'm okay with the torque being wrong. I'm okay with that. It does not.
Yeah, but that doesn't allow you to backspin without the torque. You got to maintain that forward momentum like a 1200.
Well, I correct you on that, because the software, at least with virtual, I can literally change the speed of my backspin. So I can go hard on it, and it doesn't sound hard on the software.
No, it's it's a scratch thing, right? Did you ever DJ on vinyl?
Yeah, 30 years ago.
Okay, so
you know what? Those of you who don't know, I'm old. I November of 2017 marked my 30th year of DJ. Okay. So I'm freaking old.
All right. So you know what I'm talking about. There are certain scratch techniques you can only do with active platter.
I've argued this with 2 people, and one guy says it can't be done, and the other guy showed him that it could be done. So it can be done. But it's let me rephrase that. It will sound the same, but your action will be different.
Okay.
Yeah.
Because for me,
the same action, but there is a way to do it to where it sounds exactly the same.
See, the problem when I'm scratching without active platter, sometimes I throw it too hard.
That's one of the things why they want the torque to feel, like I said, that I don't care if it does, because trust me, this freaking thing, those of you who use the 7 or 8000, you spin that thing, it will spin like a freaking top for a while. But some people want that heaviness.
That's the thing. That's the thing. Like when I'm scratching, like I got a NV. When I'm scratching on an NV, I get out of position real easy.
Oh yeah. So because you can see this thing spinning, and that's the other thing with the digital side of this that I really love. You see that marker right there, and the program has the marker. With virtual, you can set it up to where that spins at a 33 speed, it spins at a 35, a 45 speed, or it spins at a 1-on-1. So 1-on-1 means that if I'm 12 o'clock right here, You see that thing moving right there?
Yeah.
And that's on a downbeat. I make one revolution. That's the next beat.
All right. Does it work on the same balance with the Grandmaster Flash 6 rotation clock speed?
It's one-on-one. That's the best way I can explain it. So it's same thing. Like I'm going to see if it's on this. All right, so that's there. So we're talking right here. So if I go one revolution, it should be right on the next down marker. So right there.
Okay.
So it's one-on-one. That's the way I have it set up. And you can set it up any way you want. So in the same way that's there, the spin, you can do an easy spin. You can do a really soft spin. Or you can do a crazy spin. And that leaves you to do your choice. So if you want that crazy digital, you can make it do that if you want to. So it's that I like, and that's the thing that a lot of guys do not like the digital side, because they want it to be one way all the time. They don't want to have to learn the next new thing. And I like changing it up. Like I said, about every 2 years I get a new controller and I have to relearn.
Yeah, my problem right now that I'm having is learning quick crossfade technique.
Like
crab scratch and stuff like that, manipulating.
Yeah. That's a practice thing. Like this is one of the things that if you ever take one of my DJ classes, whoops, wait, I need to do this right. I'm gonna switch this. Tell me if you're able to see it well enough. That if you stop and start the same song in the same point. So I'm going to load, what is that? That is,
what mixer were you using back in, say, 1990?
That probably 90. Gosh, that would have been probably still a Radio Shack one in 90.
Really?
Yeah, I used cheap stuff through the 90s. Like my first CD players were those, American, remember before it was ADJ, before it was American Audio, it was American DJ. And they were American DJ CD players that if you bumped them just a little, they skipped bad. And the play button had a delay on it. So you didn't go, and it started. It was like, and then it went.
The first Newmark that came out in, I think it was 1988 or 89, was like that. Actually, no, it was like 1990. And it had a delay that you had to like kind of train your brain to get it on beat.
Oh,
and then
gosh, I hated that so bad. All right, training your brain to do that. All right, so one of the things that I practice, so like if I want to start this song and start the next one on that downbeat, you can practice that where you go. Stuff like that. Take that a little further to where you're doing the fader all the way across. So I'm gonna hit that first beat. Same over here. And you can just jump back and forth.
See, I learned scratching on a toggle switch.
All right, so the next thing you're gonna do is you're gonna backspin the record each time. We don't get them girls loose. 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 We don't get the world loose. We don't get them girls loose. One more. We don't get the world loose. We don't get them girls loose. We don't get the world loose. And you just practice and practice and practice and practice that to where if someone's standing in your ear asking you for a request, that kind of comes natural. That's all that is repetitive motion. It's the same thing as if you're pressing play. And again, you can trick that to where if you want to go here and you go, you know, and you train yourself with in and outs. And one of the things I teach in my class is exit effects. And this is one of my big things. So I have 3 exit effects I use a lot. So if you want to get out of a song, and then the dump. And you can do that to where if I wanted to get out of that and jump into here, I can go. or on beat. On beat. Gives it an echo out. Backspin out. Things like that, to where all you're doing, there's no remixing. And there we go. I got one of those right over here. I got a chance to test the second version out for a while, and you can do all that stuff with the second version also. It's the stuff I teach in the basic classes, and we are going to cover this a lot in some of the upcoming things that we're going to do on Disc Jockey News, is the mixing things that I showed here. And the other classes are going to be stuff about virtual. So if you want to learn how to change the skin on virtual, you can. Or if you want to learn how to, set up cue points, you can. And that's what between the two classes, we're going to show basic mixing things. And it's going to be as simple as, where's it at? Let me think here. I want to bring up, it's French Montana. Okay, Unforgettable. This is a new song. And then I got a mashup. Remember the song Gas Pedal that was out a few years ago? All right, so I found a mashup that's using the same backbeat as the French Montana song. This is the one, this one. It was on the charts all summer. So I have it marked now. So I have this cue point. Oh, that cue point right there. So I will put that into loop mode. Whoops. All right, so we're in this song now. And as you can see, I put that cue point right here. So I know when I'm going to do this mix, that cue point and this one are the same distance to come in. So that if I have this set up to go off of this cue point, that cue point, I can wait till that comes there. Just started it. That's all I did. I'm going to stop it now. And that's all I do to get across the two. And I'm going to show you how to set up little things like that, to where a few seconds on a couple songs that because like a lot of the guys who do the weddings, you guys are using the same songs week after week after week. And you can create little sections to where you find maybe at your wedding that this song works with this song. Find a creative way to put it together. And both on top of you being the MC talking, you can drop that cross little whatever you create. And now you've just taken your show to being, these people are going, holy crap, he's doing both at the same time, Or what some of my friends do, they'll do a 10-minute mix on this side, a 10-minute mix on this. They'll be out on the floor teaching the dances for the 10 minutes, and then the interim song, they give him a little break. He comes back, he mixes across there, comes back to the next song that he's back out on the floor teaching the dances or whatever. So little tricks like that. So that's what we're going to be showing in some of the upcoming things. So you guys have
the upcoming things for this the DJ.
There'll be Wednesday night classes. Okay. They're probably going to be on the Chew. I don't know, because every time we do anything with music, like tonight, I don't even know if this is going to be allowed to be put up on YouTube because of me playing the music. YouTube gets us and they bump it out quick. So if it may be.
You're not pulling any lyrics or anything, and most of it's mixed, and you're only putting little bits.
They'll get you for next to nothing. It's stupid how little you have to play. Like I could do that intro in a loop, that right there, and they would get me for 3 song things. The original Busta Rhymes, the French Montana, and then the remix. So they're going to get me with 3 copyright infringements on one loop. So, because French Montana paid for it, he paid to have it used. So
put that disclaimer on there for.
It's weird because you can go to YouTube and look, and they have lists of stuff that you are allowed to play as long as you put it in the show notes. So I could pick 100 songs on there that they're allowing me as long as I mark in the show notes, this is the song, here's where you go to download it. And they will not do that. But that's a lot of work.
Yeah.
So.
Well, I know like Brian used to add like echo or some effects to it.
It's odd because we're finding out if you pitch it up or pitch it down, that helps a little. Sometimes if you get a goofy remix like that Gas Pedal one, that's not the original music. So it may go through.
I guess we'll find out soon enough, right?
Yeah. So there's all the little tricks like that. So, that's what I'm hoping to do with, you know, the kind of why I walked away. I wouldn't say walked away, but decided that the Monday night show probably wouldn't be best for me, because this is my strength. This is the stuff that I do 3 nights a week plus studio time. And I think that from the classes that I teach, who's in here that Todd took a class.
Oh yeah, I took a bunch. Courtney has too.
Yeah. So in the basic stuff that I teach, you took the DJ 102. And in DJ 102, I don't teach beat matching. Okay. So Todd, in what you picked up in just the one DJ 102, which I call Drop It on the One, how much of that did both of you guys put into practice at your events?
All of it.
All of it.
Yeah, I mean, really, all of it. I mean, building blocks, really.
That's exactly. 102 is a building. It's Drop It on the One. It basically lets you look at a song and break it down into segments. Like you have the whole song, then you're going to break it down into sections like intro, outro, bridge, chorus, and then you break that down into 8 counts. And then you break those 8 counts down into single cue points. So then you back that out from, I want a cue point here, says that this is the first word, and I'm going to back that up 8 beats, and 8 beats is now my intro and my intro of the song. So you segment it out to where every song, you're not looking at the whole song going, what the heck do I do with it? You go, oh, yeah, I know this song, there's 8 beats. Or this song, perfect example, Uptown Funk, that he has the beat at the beginning that you can mix, okay? He has that. So I can take that point right there on a song that's leaving, and I'm going to go from here. So all I'm going to do is backspin out and hit that. Okay, that's all I'm going to come in. So I'm going to backspin out and use that example as an intro. Oops, missed it there. And I just made a transition without beat matching, without anything. And it's stuff like that I have that's set up to where intro, sample, that's the hit point. So if I want to go, I can do that. And I have all those set up to where different things. Let me think of another one here. What is it? B-52, Love Shack, which is one I believe that I use in the things. This one here. Oops, no. If I spell Shack right, I brought up Debbie Gibson's Shake Your Love. Like, why isn't that not there? Intro points. Again, picking my different intro points. One, the beat for the loop. Next one. So I can do that backspin out if I want to do that. And it made it sound like a transition. And that's his point there. You can pick little things like that and kind of twist it around and do stuff with it. And that's the kind of stuff that I want people to start looking at their songs that they already have. You don't have to go download something crazy. You can just pick it. Like, I think this is the regular version here, I think. Yeah, so I have, which that's another one. So if I wanted to go backspin out, just because it has that weird little, that can be used as a cross point. And I have, that's a loop. Second one is a looping point. Third one is, so I could do something like, just because I had that sampled, and that would be a jump point. So if I'm here, let's say I'm here and I'm like, screw the whole beginning, screw mixing, screw everything. Let's get into the song and dance. So that's kind of my philosophy on all this. So are you guys feeling it? I'm here to answer. So
I got a personal question.
Oh crap!
And it's not really a personal. It's not really a personal question.
To me, a personal question is, what's your favorite food. So that's as deep as I want to go into a personal question.
No. I mean, you have soundproofing on your walls behind you.
Mm-hmm.
All right. Are you in an apartment or a house?
This is I own a house, and in the basement,
Okay.
there's a small 12 by 12 utility room in the basement.
Okay.
So when I bought the house, it was block walls, just cement block, and I waterproofed everything with the water sealant, and then I put I guess that would be 1.5 inch foam, like the sheet foam insulation you get at like Lowe's.
Yeah.
All the way on the walls and the ceiling, and then framed it in, and then put insulation in between that for sound deadening, and then put
drywall
because it's a basement with the water resistant drywall, and then actually found a guy about an hour north of the city who had a drum room in his basement, and he was tearing it down and selling all of these, and I bought them for $1 a square. So I went there and I think I bought like $100. So I still have 2 bags of them up in the attic that I didn't even put in here. So that's all I did to kind of make this little room in the basement. It's short, as you can see, like I'm touching the ceiling right here. So it's a typical basement, not very tall, and just room and put a subfloor here to where it's off the cement with the same thing. You go to Lowe's and buy those big squares that you put together that have the plastic on the bottom of the wood, and that's what I did.
That's what's in this right here. Those bags in that box.
Okay.
I got some foam, and I moved, and I'm in an apartment now, and I'm a little bit worried. I don't want to.
Apartments are tough. Yeah. I lucked out at the time in life that I was able to pull this off, and I'm here. It's not the most ideal because I want to move out of the city is my goal. So I'm slowly working towards saving up and making sure I'm able to get everything set, because I don't like to be strapped. I'm one of the things that allows me to do this full time is the fact that I'm debt free basically, aside from the house. I don't have any credit cards. My car is a 11-year-old car that's paid off. So little things like that can help. There's a young guy in his early 20s from Erie, PA, about 4 hours north of here, that he's trying to put his life together because he wants to chase the DJ dream and DJ full time. And he works a factory job full time. And he's, we've all worked a day job, and he's working so hard to get away from that. And I'm trying to encourage him on both ends. One, that it's not easy to do. It takes a lot of commitment. And two, that it is achievable if you really want to, but you're going to have to work hard. It's hard to have a super successful business in the DJ world just because it's such a saturated business right now. So it's a struggle on its own. People do it. There's guys that make 6 figures a year DJing, but there's guys that make 5 figures a year DJing. So I don't know. It is what it is. So if you have that opportunity, so like I said, when I saw this little room, I'm like, this is what I did. And I bought, like I said, I bought some insulation first, and then a month later bought this, and then a month later bought that.
Yeah, I found what I was going to do is I was going to mount it on some Luan board, and then hang, just put a little finish nail in, with a hole in the center. And this way, if I move, I don't have things glued to the wall.
The old-fashioned way to do it was to go to like a swap meet or a what's the word I'm looking for there? Like a yard sale or something, and get tapestries. And that was the old soundproofing, to where you would just
the moving rugs.
Yeah, moving rugs. And that was I know, I can't tell you how many studios I've been in my life that is their studio proofing is just tapestries everywhere.
What was the movie where he used drink cup holders?
Oh yeah. He went to McDonald's and got the thing that hold the 4 cups.
Yeah.
And literally stapled all of them.
Yeah, it was what's his name? Played a pimp.
Yeah, it was I can't think of it. What's his name? Ludacris was in it.
Yeah, it was an awesome movie.
Yeah, so that's all that. So that was your personal question. I can handle that. I can handle all the questions. What you guys don't see, and I'm going to try to turn this the best I can, is this is one of my most proudest things, because like everything's hooked up here, is this, okay? The wall, I found from an ex-girlfriend I was dating that they make paint that is metallic paint that you paint on the wall, and it's magnetizable.
Oh, okay.
So I painted that and then put my blue over top of it. And then when I get stickers like from the USA and the DJ USA, I put them on a magnet and I can have them up on the wall. And if I move, I'm not going to lose all these stickers because I have stickers up there from the 90s, in like
cool.
the rave area stuff. And where's the one out here? My friend gave me. Can you read it?
White folks get drunk.
It was a website in the early 2000s, and I wanted to save it. So that's one of the things of the studio that I'm kind of proud of, and I get to take all my stickers with me if I ever move. So, but this, like I said, this is just a room that I wanted to create. When I created it, I wasn't doing video. It was all audio back when I made the room. I wasn't doing any video for anybody. I was just making songs and mixing and wanted a place to practice and quiet and that was it. And then John, I got into the video thing with John and it's like, oh crap, I have no room to do anything. Because right now, like I said, I wish I could figure out a way to show you that pic. I might be able to do it this way. I don't know. Anyways, right now in the studio, I have the deck set up with the DJ computer. This is the one I actually use for DJing with a sub monitor over here. Then in front of that is the actual desk with the studio computer and the 2 monitors that are up there. So I'm running out of room because I'm against the wall right here. So I'm slowly outgrowing this tiny room. So I may have to start finishing the other side of the basement, which is just a, basement.
Do you bring more than one computer with you to gigs?
I do not. And one of the reasons is because the wonderful technology of phones, and I actually used this recently, and I have mixes on there, both of old and new, that I put together, like 80s mix, 90s mix, hip hop mix, top 40 mix. And if I need to, if something crashes, I have this cord because the 7000 works as a standalone mixer. You don't have to have it hooked up to the computer. Watch me not be able to pull it out. Anyways, there's a cord there somewhere. And just pop it in. There it is. Pop in my thing and play from the phone until I fix whatever I have to fix. So
Hey, Jeremy's in the room, by the way.
My back here. Who's in the room now?
Jeremy, Brett.
So what's in the picture frame? I'm sorry that I can't read the chat and do everything at the same time.
What's in the picture behind you, I think? Yeah.
This is a poster that I got in not a record store, but a music store. Denon, it says Denon All DJ 2005, and it was all the equipment that they sold in 2005. And I saved it, and then when I built the studio, I'm like, I should put that up somewhere, and I put it there. One of them, I have a couple over there that are one of the first major clubs that I ever DJ'd in. They're full page ads from the newspaper. I saved them. That up there is my Denon certification, which means nothing really because lots of people have it. It just means I sat in a class and was able to then talk about Denon equipment, basically what I do here. But what they created this thing that you were supposed to get certified so that if Denon did a show in my city, I was certified to talk about Denon equipment. That's all that is. But I like it because I think it looks cool. I'm a certified Denon DJ.
Does everybody have a Big Lots store in their area?
Oh, yeah.
They have the picture frames that will hold a album cover.
Mm-hmm.
You can put an album in it and hang it on your wall.
I have one upstairs because my father had his own big band back. He graduated high school in 1948 and had his own big band. And when he went into the military in 1950, he actually recorded himself singing. And we have 78 RPM records that my father recorded in 1950, 1949, 1950, 1951 that I have framed that way. So
that's awesome.
So
that was Big Lots?
Big Lots has
Big Lots.
Yeah, I've seen Target also has them. They're more expensive at Target, but I've seen them at Target. And you just slide a record in. And that's one of the things. I need to do a show one night with all like this, where everybody brings the records they have, because I don't collect records in the sense of I want a vinyl version of the Rolling Stones. I collect odd records, picture records, stuff like that. So I have my latest one that I bought was a heart-shaped record. And I've been wanting one of those for years. Found it online. What do we got there? I can't see that.
An axe.
Okay. Is that a picture record or just okay. See, so I collect odd things like that. And we could do a show just showing all the weird little records. Yeah. So there's stuff like that in the world. My next one that I'm collecting, and I always throw people off with this, do you know that there are 16 RPM records out there?
What?
16 RPM records. They
Yes.
were used in the late 60s, early 70s, mostly for vocal recordings, like talking stories.
Mhm.
And I want to get one of those for my collection. So that's
Wow.
just to have, just to be
I
weird.
got a like a Virgin printed in white vinyl.
Nice.
It's a promo, it's labeled promo copy.
I have
Yeah.
one that is the police from Don't Stand So Close to Me, and it is in the shape of a police badge. The record. is in the shape of
I
a
think
police-
I've seen that.
Yeah, that one cost me. Gosh, that one cost me almost $30, and that was the most I think I've ever spent on one. So I also won't spend a lot on them because to me it's they're going to be just a talking point. They're not an investment or anything. And I don't if I want the song, I'll freaking download the song. So I don't know. What do you guys think of this the room thing that we're doing? Do you like them?
Yeah.
Do you want to see more of them? And I guess maybe the question we want to ask is there topics that you would want to see in the room thing more specifically toward business? Like we could separate it: business, wedding. What do you got there? I can't tell what that is.
He's got an 8-track.
My friend Pete, who's only 35, has a smoking room in his house where he built a room where he can sit and smoke, and bought an 8-track player so that he could play some of his dad's old 8-tracks while he's sitting there in his smoking room. I thought it was kind of cool. Just like 34, 35-year-old guy, and I'm like, go with it.
Somewhere in my room here, buried away, and when I just moved here a month or two ago, there is a Xanadu 8-track.
All right, wait. I'm going to blow you away. Give me 10 seconds here. Hold on. I have been making music so long that this was my first music software.
Oh my!
Floppy disk. I paid $300 for this, and it was a multi-channel studio program. I paid like $300
Wow.
back in the early 90s. And
That wasn't floppy.
This is floppy, yeah.
Yeah.
No, that's a HD one. The floppies really were floppy.
No, this is the floppy.
Yeah,
This-
that's called the
and the one you're talking about is the 5-something,
5 1/4.
5 1/4, which they both are the same. There was a size difference. Because like if you pop this open, it's still in the center, floppy. But
I've used 8-inch floppies.
yeah, what's that? That's a 8-track player. I can't do anything because I may have a tape player is the most I have because I've really I'm a person, as you can tell, love the digital stuff, and I have moved on quickly from that old stuff.
I got some Sgt. Pepper's Lonely Hearts Club Band 8-track that I can play in that.
I'm proud that I have 2 vinyls that we can talk about. I have original vinyl of Rapper's Delight and original vinyl of Herbie Hancock's Rocket. The 2 that I think I'm the most proud of.
All right. Who is the DJ on that?
Grandmaster DST.
Yep.
Grand Mixer DST. Sorry.
Well, he calls himself Grandmaster now.
Should be. Well, someone has to dub you a Grandmaster of mixing.
Yeah.
So maybe somebody has dubbed him, which he should be dubbed. I mean, he basically brought it to the
So what was he scratching with on that record?
right? Or techniques, weren't they?
No. What?
The song. The song
What
was a
piece
disco
of vinyl?
It was a disco song, and I don't remember what it was.
No, what piece of vinyl was he using to make the scratch?
A record?
I know, but what one?
You mean the song?
Yeah.
That's what I said. Yeah, it's a disco song. I can't remember what it is.
It's called Change. I gave it to you before. It was Change the Beat by Fab Five Freddy.
Oh, Fab Five.
Yeah, and it's got that this stuff is fresh scratch on it. But that's where everybody got it from. And I have 2 copies.
I mean this right here.
Yeah, it's at the end. It should go beep. This stuff is fresh. Gotta go to the end. Oh.
That version has that.
Oh no, you gotta have the original because.
Hold on.
Okay.
It's just I'm just touching. See again. again, we talked a lot tonight. For those of you who just kind of joined us late, we were talking about virtual, and that's some of the things we're going to talk about what virtual can do. And one of the wonderful things that virtual can do that I love is that I can grab stuff online on the fly. So right now I'm on Deezer grabbing stuff literally that is online. I don't have at all. I don't have, these aren't in there. So I'm just going,
Freddie, Freddie. Gotta put Freddie in there.
And is it Y?
Freddie. Fab Five Freddie. FREDDY. No, it's separated. Yeah, there you go. No. Y. One more D. There you go.
What was the name of the other one?
Well, it's changed the beat.
Oh, because it's a number 5. That's why I'm not finding it.
Yeah.
Oh, God.
All right. So there's French. See, this is how much I can grab online with disability. So now I'm having the French version here.
Yep.
Is it French country?
Yeah. So there's everything.
I know it's at the end of the French version. It's at the end of
the French
all
version?
of them.
All right.
Yeah.
So we'll just jump down to the end here.
By the way, Fab Five Freddy is the guy that
he was in.
He was the first host of MTV Raps.
But he was also in Rappers
Blondie. Rapture.
Rapture, yeah. Somebody has noise going on in the background of their mics live. I'm gonna might mute you.
Robin.
There you go. Nope, we got it. Cool.
Was it Robin?
No.
I always turn my mic off.
Oh, okay.
So
I saw it was open.
Is this? Am I? I want to make sure that I'm giving you guys a good show. It's the kind of stuff that you want, asking questions, anything like that. I'm open for anything. We can talk about it. It doesn't have to be mixing or music, but like I said, tonight we're just kind of showing both the mixing and what the different programs can do. For those of you who missed it, I almost, if we weren't recording, I would have previewed the brand new Serato Pro 2.0, which I have that I'm not allowed to have. Well, yeah, probably shouldn't have, but I decided not to preview it tonight because I don't want to get Disc Jockey News in trouble. But there's no right way, there's no wrong way. You have to develop your style and your thing, and you can go little bits or you can go really far with this.
We're all here, so you're doing something right.
I'm going to try to read if anybody throws anything in that chat. Please tell me they fixed search in Serato 2. Are you talking about the amount that they're allowed to search? Is that what you meant by that?
The search function, I've never found it to work very good.
Oh, okay. Who asked me that?
There was a Michael that was asking for.
Yeah, I do know that if. Go ahead.
Oh, there's a Michael guy that was asking for. Do you use jog wheels back for the backspin, or do you use the button?
I use both.
How long do you set it for?
It all depends. My backspin is this. So let me jump into the song here. So this is my effect version, which I have set at full speed for how many beats? I don't remember how many beats I have it for. Give me a second here. That's going to come up under backspin, because that's the other thing that here. Okay, I'll share this real quick. That with this, you're able to make full adjustments. Now the backspin is set at 100% speed and 45.3% length. And that means that it's, I think, set to 16 beat, and I have it cut in half to 8. So let's see if it does it in 8. 1. It's 4. So it's set at 8, and my backspin is full speed, 4 beats, which I'm pretty sure that's why I did it that way. Yeah, so it's a 4-beat backspin. Which is the way I have it set up. And then you can do the other, which I trick when I do the live. We'll go back to the screen showing the decks. So I've got to switch again. And this is kind of where I do a little trick to where on the 7,000, 8,000, a lot of them, they have a stop-start time thing. So if it was going, I actually want to pick a better song than that last one. Somebody give me a song.
Tila Rock. It's yours.
I don't have that one. Give me a better one. I mean, I could get it off of Deezer, but I want something that you guys use on a regular basis so you can hear these and understand them. I'm going to go, Oldies Remix. And we can do, whoops, crap on a stick. I'm going to move that. All right, so we can pick September. This is a redrum of September that I use a lot. Okay, so if I were to hit the play pause, it'll stop and start. But when I move this, it's an adjustment, which a lot of them have it. Virtual also has it internally, but this deck allows it, and it changes the stop-start speed. You can do a lot of little tricks. So with my hand back spin, I'll back that off to where it's about there, then do my backspin and then hit that.
Is that an adjustable knob right up on there?
Yeah, that fully does time. So if I were to do that, like I said, so it gives it both the effect of the spin, because with it playing, if I were to backspin, it would start back up again. It would just start on its own. It doesn't stop. So you have to stop it. So I add that effect. Yeah, again, lots of little things that are on here. There's the vinyl and slip mode. So vinyl is anything I move. Slip mode lets me grab it, but the song is going to continue underneath. So it's going to always continue underneath. Slip mode's kind of neat that you can do tricks with that, because there's a song I do, I can't think what it's called.
Does that have back masking also?
Yeah, it does. I never use it. Nope, that's not the right one. I need this. Yeah, okay, so there's the count here. Wait, where's the, there should be a 1, 2, 3, 4. Can't remember where it's at. It's before that, it's way before that. There it is. So in this part, I'll do this with it. You just grab it before it. And make little tricks with it like that.
Yeah, that's most like having moving platters.
Yeah, so that's, again, as you can see, the little thing spins around, and that kind of something. But the reason I like that is because when I'm doing this, I have to look up there at the actual wave to see where it's at. But if this was a record, I would be able to see it physically spinning, and I would know that right there, the first one comes in, and I could go. So that's the advantages that I like about the moving platter. Again, not for everybody. I have friends that just don't like it. It's not for them at all. So.
Yeah, but did they start out on vinyl?
Yeah, my friend of mine, Pat, 99% of the time he spins Serato and Serato vinyl. He does do CDJs also. Depending on, he does one bar gig on a Friday night that's really tight, because I filled in for him before, and I'm telling you, you're here, and there's a wall here, a walkway here, and people sitting in chairs right there. So he brings the CDJ for that one. But he does the vinyl record all the time, but he doesn't like the controllers or any kind of unit like that spins. He just got the NS6-1, the first one. He just bought that one recently. He's playing around with it, but he's a CDJ guy. He likes his CDJs. So I don't like them, but that's just me. questions? I'm starting to see anything going
Yeah,
on.
you have a request in the chat room for some live scratch mixing for a minute if you can.
Okay. Yeah. This song, actually, let's do it this way. Let me see if I can find that sample here. The Long Out 2 is the one I think I want. I don't know. It's a project I'm working on that I only have partially done. Please load.
By the way, what cameras are you using?
All right. The camera, this is the camera that's on the laptop that I'm DJing with.
Mm-hmm.
And the other one is a $17 fake GoPro that I got off eBay. Whoops, sorry, didn't mean to do that. That is hardwired into the computer as just a cam. So, all right. So the one project I'm working on, there are samples that are in here. You can hear that. Ah, okay. I've got them out of there to where. And then the other one is. And I'm trying to work on a scratch routine for this to put up as a video. So it would go. Oh, got my hand caught in the cord there. Now that's that routine that I'm still working on, but you can get the basics of stuff. Let's do whoops. Boop. Come on, give me that back. There we go. Loop. We're gonna do an old school loop. Here we go. Jimmy, name this tune. You know that one?
Yeah, that's what you call part of being old. Can't remember anything.
Hello, Cool J.
Yeah, there you go. Jack the Ripper. Yeah, Def Jam Records.
Yep. Multi-stabs. Okay, so multi-stabs are it's a bunch of samples on one thing.
How did you like the taste of that, huh?
They're just multiple samples.
I used to buy lots of those on vinyl.
This is a good one right here. Okay, so what I'm going to do is I'm going to take them and work over this. I got to turn this up so I can hear me better. That's not a good one there.
Like me now, I'm getting busier. I'm double platinum. I'm watching you get dizzier.
So that's that. And then the other side is just shut up. My little scribbles. This is one that I'm kind of famous for. My scribble scratch with an oscillating scribble scratch. So a scribble scratch is really fast. The baby scratch is this, slow. Scribble scratch is the same thing's fast. And I do an oscillating scribble scratch where I'm doing the fast, but I'm also moving forward and backwards slow. So it's jump in there. Might sound better over here. Oscillating scribble scratch. Did that do our happiness in the scratch room? Did we get that? I mean, let me clear my throat.
I want an up and down toggle switch.
The up and downs, I don't do them that often.
No. I want the toggle switch, the old toggle switch between
that's the same thing
phono and tape.
Oh, because that's, you understand, you set the curve to where that curve can be.
I know, it's just not the same feel. I used to wear the hell out of a mixer.
Let me think here. Another one of my favorite one was what's his name? Rob Bass.
What cut?
It's here now. Is it in there? That's not the one I'm looking for.
I always used to I do a live platter grab and always on what was it? Where he goes, just grab them into biscuits.
Yeah.
Yeah, I'd always just grab them into bigger biscuits. Joy and pain.
You can sample in and out of those. I can't even find my numbers. The numbers are the ones that are always tough to do. That would be scratch numbers.
Can I make a quick announcement here?
Yes.
Yeah.
All right. Hey, there's 28 people on here right now, and we're going to be doing this on a regular basis. So if you subscribe to Disc Jockey News Zoom, you'll get notifications, and you can sign in with Facebook, and your profile picture will show up there for people that don't want to be on camera. Instead of your name just being black on white, you'll have your profile picture up there. That's it. Thanks.
Wow, so you can change your profile picture for the night and put something cool up, and then change it when we're done.
Sure. But if you subscribe to Disc Jockey News on Zoom, you'll get notifications of these really cool shows. MJ's doing a bang up job tonight.
What's up, Rick Webb? How you doing, man?
See if I can go backwards. Backwards is a tough one. Can't do backwards very well. It's so difficult. I'll show you the sample, what it looks like. I've never done backwards very well at all. So you can see what I'm doing up on the screen. So this is the sample right here. And if the beat was going, I'm gonna turn that down a bit. Missed it. Missed it. So it's just cutting in and out stuff.
That's when having a 12-inch piece of vinyl helps. More landscape, more acreage.
Missed it. I want to go backwards here. That was a struggle to get that one. Because they're not on beat. I have to turn it and make it on beat. That's.
Can you set them in your sampler pads?
Oh, that's the cheater way. Come on now. All right. There's one. We'll go back. I'll share the screen again and let you show how it's done cheater wise. All right. So we're here. So Q.1.
We know it's cheater.
Then. So I want 2 right there. 3. This is 4.
Busted.
We'll put busted on 4. So we're gonna do it James's way. Just jump out of busted.
Now you could leave your crossfader over and
it's a habit. It's a habit. It's the same way that the old days we used to do long. This is the long one. Hold on here. Long. tone. So we want long tone. And this is one that I've done this before and had people just go over the top of me and look at me to see what I'm really doing. So we have this tone.
The long tone, playing it like a keyboard. Yeah.
And you take your pitch up or down.
Mm-hmm.
Oops, I gotta take the key lock off. Okay.
Wasn't it DMC competition number? I mean, it was like 1986 that they broke that out for the first time.
Yeah, that's a really long old thing. Classic tone 2. That's the one I think I always liked. Yeah. So you can just, there's so many little things, and you could do the same thing if you just wanted to use the
Mixmaster Mike used to use that a lot.
Yeah.
You know,
I feel like an idiot right now. I don't know why. I just feel silly.
I have fun with it.
This is why I tell people when people say mixing isn't important, mixing isn't whatever. This is why one of the best parts about mixing is I don't care what kind of gig you're doing, you're gonna have fun. I got hired this year on the opening day of the local ski resort to spin outside next to the area where you buy your tickets.
I saw you where you posted that.
Yeah,
So
that was cool.
Yeah.
I'm kind of by myself out there for like 4 hours. So people aren't doing anything but pulling up with their equipment, getting their ticket, going and skiing. So I'm like, there's never going to be a dance floor. There's not going to be an atmosphere. These people are here for 10 minutes. So I spent those 4 hours just mixing and scratching and cutting back and forth. And all of a sudden I look down, I'm like, wow, I got 15 minutes left and I'm time to shut down. So it's always fun to me just to be able to be silly. Like I said, just mixing anything whatsoever. I mean, anything can be mixed. That was the thing that some people, I've heard people say, that song's not mixable. It's, everything is mixable. Everything can be mixed. So I don't know.
Can I ask a quick question?
Yes.
Well, I had taken the one class and I wanted to get a reminder of those mix outs, the little skill sets, the 8-beat mix out. Could you give me a reminder on how that's done?
Are you talking? I did show that a little bit ago, yeah, and I used that, and I'm going to even go further one than that. We're going to look up. This is how we do it, or Return to the Mac? Oops! Come on, give me that. Everything's over on the other computer now. All right, so Return to the Mac with the long bridge, because I'm going to share the full screen again. I have so many things open right now.
This might be a good time for a Zoom tip for you guys in here. If you sign into Zoom and subscribe to the Disc Jockey News, you can go back and watch this. If it gets whacked on YouTube, you can go into Zoom and watch this entire show.
Right.
Pick up the tips MJ's giving you.
John said, how did the chat end up going? He sent me a message. He's telling me. All right, so here I have a long and a short bridge of Return to the Mac, okay? So you all know that song, right? Right? I have the bridge marked right there. So this is about an 8 count. This is, again, about counting your thing. So I know that there's a bridge that starts right here, and this is a longer bridge, so this is 16 beats. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. 3, 2, 3. The shorter one only goes twice. This one goes 4. So what we're going to do is we're going to preset up a song, which I do all the time, which I know they're in the same BPM range, is back that thing up. Oh, everything's stuck over on the other computer. There we go.
You gonna believe him? Even Mac said he lied to him.
What? Oh, okay.
Turn on Mac. He said, you lied to me.
All right, so we have this here, which I know it is a certain BPM. So what I'm doing is I'm taking 8 one direction and 8 the other. So when I get to this cue point, I'm going to start this song on the first one. And then when he talked about the different exit things, I'm going to backspin out of this song over here. I keep forgetting which one I'm showing you here. So is they're synced and they're going to come in. And when I get to this cue point, I'm going to start this song and you'll see the transition. And then when I get to the next cue point on this right here, that's the first word. Then I'm going to backspin this out. So they're marked ahead of time again. So I know the ins and outs, 8 ins, 8 out. So we're going to go. I'm going to adjust it just a little. It's a little bit off. Ready to backspin. And 8 across.
Nice.
And that's song after song after song that you build intros and outros to where you get to know your music and you know. Like I said, I can grab this folder right here is what I call my new and pop. And this is stuff that I play either on a regular basis or want to bring in and use. So you can see that one there. I put 4 cue points on that song already. Just scroll down to another one. That one I always start there for some reason. You pick a different one here. Bounce back. It's got, because that's one you can drop in right there with that little. You can drop in there. That's why I put those in there. So they're all little tiny little things here. Moves, got looping points, first word. So I can do a loop.
I got the moves. I got the moves. Oh.
And I'm not showing the screen. Oh, crap. That's what I should have been showing you there. So you can see what I did. Sorry, guys. So all I did was I took that loop point. And this, I have a button here that extends and shortens the see how it shortened it? All I did was right before it gets to that point there, I'm going to jump out and go to 4.
I got the moves.
Little things, counting them in, counting them out. Like I said, each one of these songs that I'm loading here, Black Sheep. Jimmy, here's one that I do a lot that you will appreciate this. And it's going to be, what is the name of Crapalicious? What's the one? Fat Man Scoop. Be Faithful. Okay, Be Faithful. You can see on the left deck here, all these different cue points I have in here. They're to marking the ends, like the guy was asking about the 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 2, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8. So I know this song has 2 8 counts in. And I also have a little all right. So I also have this. Jimmy, what song is that from?
What?
That
This or that.
Okay, that's over here.
Yeah.
That's on the right deck. You see now because I have them same. So in this song, when I'm playing here, I will drop at that cue point over to the other song and do a transition from Fat Man Scoop to Black Sheep. Fade out the left side.
Yeah. Pick it up, pick it up, pick it up.
By marking them and breaking it down into sections. Like I said, as you can see over here, how many sections I've broken down over there. And that's kind of what we're going to teach about in the future, that kind of stuff. So is that answering questions? Cool. I can't see here. Zoo gig, but it was cool at the zoo gig. Oh, the gig I did this summer at the zoo. The zoo one wasn't as fun. It paid, actually they paid both about the same, but the zoo was interesting. I got to DJ a corporate event at the Pittsburgh Zoo, inside the zoo. So it was kind of neat, mixing in the zoo where I'm hearing lions.
What were you located near?
I heard lions near me. I don't really know because they actually literally brought me in the back gate and I drove through the zoo in my car to unload. So it's the walking path people are walking on. I think I Snapchatted it. The lady who unlocked the gate to let me in is walking in front of my car, and I'm driving through the zoo in my car to go unload at a pavilion. It was freaking weird. So that was the zoo thing. Yeah, it was kind of different. I kind of like that. Reggie left, I guess, here. I'm trying to see what we're doing here. Sync button would help to align beats better. You can. Never heard that. Okay, people stuff play Despacito. Oh, use current music. Okay. Pick anything you want. We'll do Despacito. That is all in my here's Despacito, and we're gonna pick Wild Thoughts.
I think Howie turned on his fog machine.
I'm in my smoking room listening to 8-track tapes.
All right, so here's Despacito, and I'm going to jump way to the end. So if I want to get out of there. All right, so I have this one on the left deck, which is Wild Thoughts, and I know I have an intro loop there set up. So I'm going to, again, I'm cheating using the sync button.
Another one.
When I get to the end, I'm going to loop that out. All right. Hold on. You're not seeing what I'm doing. That's what here, because so you can see what I'm doing up here. Share. All right, so we're going to back out, go back to here.
Come and move that in my direction.
The end, and I'm going to mix.
I don't know if you could take it. No, you want to see me
Simple
naked,
across,
naked.
couple little beats.
Mm-hmm.
So somebody wanted to see some new stuff, and that's some of the stuff I'm doing. I'm not doing heavy scratching in and out. I'm doing simple stuff. I'm not going crazy with it. Just I know that I have those marked, like I showed you there, that they're marked where I'm coming in and out. The other one, again, because I've been doing this so long, and again, why I like the digital stuff, I can look at on virtual, I can see the different breakdown points. I can see that there's right here is going to be a breakdown. And I can also see that there's one right here. And that's another breakdown point that I could have.
I don't know if you could take it.
So that was that. That's the stuff that I'm like I said, with the stuff we're doing, I'm hoping that I can kind of instruct that here. Play Despacito. I love the fact that you've said that. Could you possibly say some cool things to look forward to in Serato 2.0? The best things, Serato 2, we talked about it earlier. If it weren't recording, I would actually show you that the first thing, it's a 64-bit program now, so it looks crystal clear. I mean, it looks really HD. Next thing, it has a day and night mode so that you can turn the screen opposite white. Like
Rick's like ecstatic about that.
Yeah. They do have a day and night. I really wish I could show it. Maybe I need to talk to Serato and ask them if I'm allowed to just talk about the changes online. So maybe I'll talk to them and see if they'll let me show it. But it does have a day and night mode. It has a offline 2-channel mode, like you know it. If you're offline, not hooked to anything, you can only have one. It has 2, and it gives you a little tiny fake. I don't want to say fake, but it's a little fader that's on the program only when it's not hooked up. So that if you want to do an offline mix and grab your mouse and make it go, you can do it on there. And I think those are kind of the biggest changes. Other than, like I said, everything that they're doing, better sound, better look. A few mods like that. This one here ticks off people. Another reason why I love virtual is that I can sort by play count, and Serato has not put that in there yet. So the reason I say play count is if I go back to here and show you, and this is why I love doing this. So if I'm mixing and I want to do a search right here for 100 BPM to 105, so now it's every song in my entire computer that's that way. So that's kind of daunting to go through all that. But if I do it by play count, then I can look at right now in this folder or crate, however you want to do it. This is the play count for these songs that I have. And once I get past that folder, it then looks at, right there's the break line. It goes everything else, the play count. So if I want to see songs that I do play a lot and want to hit, I'm going to look, sort it by play count and grab the ones that are up towards the top. But if I want something really obscure, I'm going to drop way down in there and find something that I've played one time. This one, which I know it's an EDM song, which I haven't played this one in forever. Oh, this is the original 1970. This is the original version. Funk. So, sorry. Are you guys bored with this yet or something? I don't know. This is
Rick Webb. Are you going to be back down in Carolina anytime?
Why don't I stop the stream and show us? I wonder, can I do that and not lose everybody? Howie, do you know how to do that?
I wouldn't mess with it.
Wait, what do you want to do?
He wanted to know if we stop the public stream, it would keep us all in the chat room so then I could share it in the chat room and it wouldn't go on the live video. Is that possible?
No, you'll drop everything.
Drop everybody. That's what I thought.
Yep.
Like I said, this week I'll send a message to Serato and see if they allow me to talk a little bit about it next week, and if and just tell them that I'm not giving anything away. I just want to maybe share some of the things. Maybe even if they say, you know, you can't show the program, but here's some snapshots you can show, which I do have some screen grabs and different things like that. And we do it that way. It's not a big change. Don't expect anything great. Just expect what you already have to look better and work better, I think is the best way to put it. It's real sharp. It's real clean. It's, like I said, I as soon as it clicked on, I was impressed by, like I said, it looks so HD. It's not even funny. Everything's in the same spot. You search the same way. Like I said, there are a few odds and ends. If you do a search out there, there is, I guarantee you can find the change log, because I have the change log. That was the first thing I got, was the change log talking about everything it does. And just do a search on Google for Serato DJ 2.0. Serato DJ Pro 2.0 is what they're calling it. And look for the change log, and I guarantee there's people have posted them out there, and it'll show you the list of things that have changed between what's going to be coming up. And it's still in beta form, so it may change between that list and when they release it, which they're, by all standards that they've done before, it will be shown at NAMM. By the time when they release the beta and then release it to the public, it should be at NAMM. And that's what, the end of January, right?
Hey, MJ, a little word of encouragement. Dude, you got 53 viewers right now still. That's awesome.
You guys really...
No kidding. 53 people here right now.
I don't think I have 53 friends. You guys are awesome. Thank you for hanging out.
You do now.
Well, like I said, this is what we're trying to do with Once a Week with these shows, is that I want to teach all this stuff so that when you can go out and you can have fun, whether it be out DJing somewhere at a boring gig, whether you kind of tweak things to make your stuff sound a little bit better, or if you're just goofing around in the studio like me and playing, you know, a song from forever in a day's back. Gosh, I can't even think of old ones here. Just stupid stuff you can mix, because that's on beat. So that is 104. So let me pick something that's new at 104. We're going to pick, hold on here. I'm going to get freaky on y'all right here.
I didn't know you could dance.
I used to actually teach dance. Used to do break dancing and all that stuff back in the days. But
wow.
All right, ready? I want to loop that. I want to loop that further.
The bar is where I go. Me and my friends at the table doing shots. me, and trust me, I'll give it a chance. Now take my hand, stop, and the man on the jukebox, and then we start to dance.
Anything is mixable. Anything. Keeping an eye here. Tacos for everyone. Do you do, for those of you, I do DJ at a Mexican restaurant that they have a bar that it's after the kitchen closes, I come and DJ, and they do Cinco de Mayo and all that, and I have to play a lot of stuff. And for those of you who don't know, there are words to the Mexican hat dance. There's a whole lyric to it. And if you want to know something else, go look up what the lyrics are to La Cucaracha. That'll freak you out. The song is about cockroaches. So, it is. That's what the cockroach, a little cock. So all the fun things you get to learn from music. Action Cam is not doing bad. Yeah, I paid $17 for this thing. I'm not kidding you. Just go to eBay, and it's SJ Cam is the brand, and I've been using them both for when I do my motorcycle riding and stuff like that. And all I do is have a little a cable coming out of there. It's a standard, like the USB mini, not the micro, the mini, and it runs over just into USB, and it gives you a choice to have it as PC cam, and that's what, have it that far off the deck, and I can, you see everything.
Or you're not going to cry if it gets trashed.
Right, and I've had one. I have one sitting on the desk over there that quit on me last year, and I had to buy this one. I'm like, oh, gee, a whole nother $17.
Well, I know guys that had them on their motorcycles. They had the $500 GoPros, and they went out and did what you did. After they ruined the $500 one, they got the $17 one. And
there are some differences.
Just as good.
There are some of the one of the main differences is the GoPros will allow you to hook up an external mic. The early, they have more expensive versions because there's SJ Cam 1, 2, 3, 4, and 5 now. I think 4 and 5 allow you to put a microphone, an external microphone, like a GoPro always allowed you to put an external microphone. But this one, I can't put any, if I were to hook it up, you're only going to pick up the mic that's on it, and that's not all that great. But
I'm looking at Monster Digital one, sports action cam, 720, 30 frames per second, $24 on it's got a, looks like a sports housing on it.
Yeah, the GoPro thing is almost identical. So this one is almost identical to, I don't even know if I can reach the one that's broke back here and let you see it.
Okay.
I actually can't. It's back there, and it's identical in every way, shape, or form to the GoPro.
What's the name of the company again?
JS Cam. So this is it in its case that it comes with, and it comes with all of this stuff. And you pop it open and pull it out, and it's
there we go.
It's just, and that's all I do is that there's a housing that comes with it that screws into a regular 1/4-inch thread like you would put on a camera stand, and you pop this in the little clip and screw it into the arm that I have this on, and that's all there is to it. But $17 later, and another one, and I actually have a third one that I actually use on my motorcycle that's over there. So those are all usable things. It's, I don't know how long we've been on, 2 hours. I don't know. I don't want to go 3 hours like those guys did.
Okay.
I want you guys to come back. Yeah, we are definitely next Wednesday doing a class, an hour long. That's either going to be on mixing or that. Drop me, John, somebody a direct message, a line, telling us what you want the classes to be. And if everybody goes on and said, we want to see the first class on how to edit a song, I'll do a first class on how to edit a song. If you want to see the first class on how I hook up the camera, I'll do a class on how I hook up the camera. Whatever you want. But that's kind of, again, why I kind of moved away from the Monday night thing, because I feel this is kind of a strength of mine, and in not saying that the Monday night I'm not teaching anything there, but I think, some of the other guys, getting on there talking about stuff that isn't physical mixing or programming or MIDI mapping, they do all the time. They do the wedding business side of things. They do the talking to brides, all that stuff, which I don't do. I barely talk to the lady at the grocery store when she hands me my receipt from thing, so.
You mumble out a little thing,
Yeah, thank you.
Hey, before you go, MJ.
Yes.
You have 68 viewers on here right now. So Pro tip for you viewers here. Subscribe to Disc Jockey News Zoom TV and you'll get notifications and come on back. This is the next big thing. It really is. That's awesome. 68 viewers at this time of night.
How many of you guys, you can, I don't know, we can't even really take a thing. I'm telling John on the phone that we're still going. But I'm on the East Coast, so it's 11 something for me. So I'm going to guess in some on East Coast that you're further over. So that's good. I know it's a total different time zone, which I will work with that. Ohio, same time zone. Here. I'm looking at the chat room. I got to put the, next time I do this, I got to put this monitor closer and higher because I'm having to go over here to read everything and everybody. So
hey, I'm Jay. Thanks, man.
Yeah, like I said, this is why, like I said, I kind of stepped away from the Monday night thing. Not saying that it's bad, but I just feel I have some stuff to offer, and I think that you know, I'm hoping that all the people that are tuned in aren't bored, that they've tuned in because they want to learn. And thank you, Jimmy. Which Jimmy, I will take your boredness any day because you're awesome. But I want to take, like I said, I want to take this and the fun that I have mixing and let people learn how to have fun too, because like I said, there are days when we're going to show up and it's just a paycheck. That's the only reason we're showing up to DJ. It's a paycheck. But there are other days where we can have fun with it somehow. And that's what, you know.
Well, it's nice when we can collect a nice paycheck and have fun.
That's the thing. There are days where I go and I know to me, I'm showing up to collect a check. The gig is so miserable sometimes. Sometimes the people you work with, sometimes the travel, sometimes the setup, depending on what it is. And there are other days where you're getting paid, you know, there's gigs I've literally walked out of with $80 and had a blast. I've done free gigs where I look back at. Now, there was a friend of mine that did raves here in the city, and I mean real underground raves. And he had me come in and do a set and didn't get paid for it. And I'm standing there after my set because it was hours and 5 rooms and DJs every hour or so on every room. And he goes running towards the back and comes back up and he tells this guy, he goes, start taking down the lights. And I'm like, what the heck's going on? He goes, well, we've been at capacity for several hours and we're still letting people in, and we had to stop them. So they're way over capacity for this building. Okay. He goes, people have started to climb the fire escape outside to get in upstairs, and someone called the cops. So we're going to get shut down. So you should take your equipment and go. And I got paid nothing for that. And I had, still to this day, I had so much fun at that gig because it was just that, you know, you get those certain gigs you get to have fun with. And I still remember, I have pictures of the dance floor, this dude in this tie-dye shirt that he would just hands up in the air. And I'm like, you know, I still remember him jumping up and down. So I want you to have fun at what you do, because if you have fun and get paid at the same time, there's a whole world of people out there that are envious of you because they hate going to work.
Hey, MJ.
Yes.
Rick was waving his hands. Rick Webb.
Yes.
He was raising his hands. I think he wanted something.
Yes, Rick.
No, he was shooing flies.
Oh, okay.
Just keep in mind, we said that we have almost 70 people here. I can only see, 12, 15 people. So I can only see 15. I can't see any more than 15. So I don't know who else is there. Oh, somebody from Canada, Ontario.
There's 143 chats, 144 chats. I don't know if that's chats or people chatting.
I don't know.
That's the total view of people in and out for the night. I have the active view. I have what's on right now, the 12 in that are participants, and then the other 40 some odd people in the chat room.
I got 15 participants coming up on mine.
Okay, 15, and then whatever is in the chat room. And that gives you the total viewers of about 68, 70.
Cool.
Dang. We'll do this again for sure, because I'm actually having fun at this. This is probably the most fun I've had in this studio in a while. I mean, I love working in my studio here, but, you know, it's, again, by myself. I always call it four walls and 2 doors. That's all there is. There's no windows here. So I now have a window with 70 people, you know, in my studio. So
awesome.
I definitely look forward to getting to do this again. I was a little hesitant because I can even show you if you want. When I was texting John, my words to him was, well, I hope some people join in, because I wasn't.
Oh, you got him tonight.
Yeah, he goes, they'll be there, and I'm like, okay, I'll just do my thing.
Yeah.
So I definitely, if you enjoyed it, I want to do more. I want to help and teach. And like I said, if it gets to the point in the future where you're asking specific questions, where can you show us with the NS7, and I'll go and get an NS7 from somebody and show it for the night. There's lots of equipment that I'm able to get from friends and borrow for a night, and we can try some stuff out and let you see the pros and cons of different things. It can be.
Hey, MJ.
Yes.
If you scratch it, they will come.
I love it. Hey, I have a guy question.
What, a guy question?
Uh-oh.
Yeah. Well, for single guys, like when the ladies come up behind your
Oh,
booth.
boy.
And wait, no. This is a serious question. It's a mapping question.
Okay. Yes.
I would like to be able to map my controller so that when a lady comes up behind to ask for a request, I could hit a mapped button that would put my controller into Vegas mode, so it really gives her a wow and makes me look good.
Vegas mode, if those of you haven't seen it, I can do it at the end of the show. Have you seen it?
I'm just kidding. But the ladies love the bling. Oh.
Yeah. Since we're almost done, I'm going to go ahead and show you. I'm going to power off, and then I'll show you Vegas mode.
Is there any way to do it so you can go into blank screen mode when you get these ones that want to stare at your library? Oh, what else do you have? I don't have it. Whatever you want, I don't have. Leave me alone.
I just answer them normally. Like I'm like, I have over 10,000 songs in here. I said, you
want to look through them all?
Be specific, and they will. So if on the 7,000, if you can make it, can you see it there? I'm going to power off. I'm going to actually shut down virtual first. And virtual shut down.
I mean, I wouldn't want to turn off my music. I just want to be able to hit a button and wow them real quick.
Yeah, that I don't know if you can do. Virtual mode is done. I mean, Vegas mode, there's many big sound systems and stuff that have this, and all it does is it operates all the lights all the time over and over and over. And on 7,000, you hold down the vinyl button, either one of these, the vinyl button, and then power it up. Then it goes into Vegas mode to where it will just do this over and over and over and over and over and over and over.
Yeah.
So that's Vegas mode. And I actually put a video.
He just muted himself.
What's that?
You just muted yourself for a second.
That wasn't Howie.
Am I there? Hello?
Yeah, you're here.
Yeah, you're here. Is that Howie's like, all right, guys?
On me there, yeah. So
I don't think that's a good idea, Howie.
Is that
Howie wants to wow them with Vegas mode?
I just want to wow the ladies.
Yeah, but you might lose your audience.
Well, no, that's my whole point was, can I keep the music going and hit a button and have Vegas mode, just for that short period?
Not as far as I know. I can look to see if there's some split mapping on that. I don't know. There's somebody out there probably has tried it.
Howie,
I'm just being silly.
Howie, last time we worked together, you had enough wow that you didn't need the controller, all right?
Yeah, but why did they come up to the booth? Because I was doing the lights.
Are we talking about the DDJ SZ when we're asking about the weight in there? I saw people asking about the weight and everything. This, with this case, and again, ProX is one of our sponsors. We love them. They're great. They got me an incredible price on this gig, on this case. But the case and the controller together, and trust me, I would say I'm holding a finger there. There's that much space underneath of there to put things. Because if you want to see someone who did some amazing stuff with it, Dan, which one do you have there?
There you go. Look at Rick Webb's.
Okay. That's the Pro X one? Yeah. There you go. Yeah. There you go. With the case and everything, it's 55.5 pounds. But there's room because if you want to see somebody did some neat stuff with it, Dan Carpenter, one of our Disc Jockey News guys, put in his microphones underneath of it and mounted them so that his cordless mics are always in there with him. Pop it open and go, and he's got 2 cords. So there's lots of little customization out there for it.
He did a great job with that Pro X.
Yeah, so that's that one. It does have wheels, so it does roll. So that's very convenient. It's 55. Trust me, I need to start doing Snapchats of some of the stairs that I have to walk up with this at some of these clubs and bars in the city, to where you're parking 2 miles away. It's the only parking lot they have. Taking this case, going up a set of stairs where I'm literally shoulder to shoulder up the stairs with the case like this, or the case in front of me going up the stairs. So,
that's DJ to go time.
Yeah. That's where I wish I definitely, if you saw my video on Disc Jockey News earlier this month, 5 things I wish existed, that was one of the things I talked about, is lighter cases, because these cases are really good. The Pro X cases, you could drop them and it would protect your thing, but I want something that's lighter. I don't want to have to worry. I want to protect my case, not the case protect. I mean, I want to protect my controller, and I don't have to worry about the case protecting it. So I want a lighter case that I can pick up and just go. So,
well, you ought to see the set of stairs Rick Webb has to go up. I was watching one of his videos, and man, he's got to carry all this subs, tops, lighting. I think isn't it 2 floors, 2 or 3 floors? 3 floors. You know, the guy doesn't need a gym membership. He just has to DJ twice a week. I'm serious.
Dan Carpenter has one that he does once a year, and it's a spiral case up to the 2nd floor.
Oh my gosh!
Like Bishop, you know Bishop Bullwinkle is.
Doesn't ring a bell.
You know the old preacher goes no.
Okay, yeah.
Yeah, hell no.
Oh, okay. Where you're going?
Hell no.
Yeah, it's interesting, and that's you got to remember that Rick and I are taking this with a backpack on too, so it's not just carrying this; it's a backpack and this. So we've got however heavy my backpack is with all the stuff in it, all that stuff. So
even Rick Webb's DJ booth is up another floor, almost half of a floor.
Got one of those sky booths.
Yeah, and it's like
they're crazy. People, there's one place I DJ'd at that was so far up nobody could get to me. They would write down a request on a napkin,
wad it up, and throw it at you.
No, because you couldn't get it up there wadding it up. They would put it between 2 plastic glasses and throw both plastic glasses with the note in between.
Oh, that works great if you got turntables.
So it was there. You know how many times I'm sitting there focusing on DJing, and all of a sudden, doink! This thing. I'm like, oh, open it up, like it's one of those little Easter eggs. I'm like, okay, yeah, gotcha. So
yeah. Was there ever any money in it?
Oh yeah.
Oh, okay, then that works.
I actually was looking for a Throwback Thursday a few weeks ago, and I came across a post, and I love the fact that with the digital age you can remember things. And it was somebody who signed one of my guest books, and said, "We were at the club you were at, and we requested such and such a song." It was a trance night, so it was dance music, and it was our song from our wedding. And then right after it, you played our first dance song or something. So and they said thank me, and because of them requesting the one song that way, because that was the only way they could reach me there, I then went to the second song, which was again part of their wedding, and this was at a trance music dance house. Okay, and they posted that, and here we are 10, 15 years later, whatever it is. I'm still thinking about that night. And again, what I get to do for a living, I touched 2 people that night, I mean, you guys at weddings get to do it all the time. It's not so much for me in the clubs and the bars. It's usually some drunk chick complaining because I'm not playing Despacito 5 times a night.
I've never successfully been able to touch somebody without getting complaints.
I think Rick Webb's trying to show us.
What are we doing? Are we dancing, Rick, or what are we doing?
I don't know. I like his shirt, though.
I hate teardowns a lot.
He's got a whole bunch of them. You ought to check out his channel over on.
I have to. Yeah,
I gotta get that shirt.
He's got some great.
That'd be awesome.
He's got them for sale.
The hall.
He's got them for sale, guys. So he just started a little line of products.
I will not play.
Yeah, he's trying to figure out a mic now because now he wants to talk. Been quiet all day with his mic turned off.
So as soon as he unmutes himself, let's just
right.
mute him.
Yeah, there you go. End the show.
Show's over.
After all that hard work of getting out there.
Yeah. See you later, Rick. See you next month.
Rick, we will definitely chat offline, and we'll maybe the next time we do this, we can bring different people on. And again, that's part of the big thing where we have so many people, we can do this, and we'll definitely bring some people in like that. And I'm telling you, if any of the shows that Howie is on, you need to sit in and listen to some stories of people he met back in the days that he worked with at the radio stations. Have him tell you a trick about the time he quit working at a place and rigged the sound system. That was an incredible story. So there's stuff like that. So there's all these different people, Jeremy and all these other guys that have shows that you guys get to watch, that they have some incredible knowledge that you can take your business, whether it be a hobby now or something bigger, that you can take it and make it just bananas crazy. So
now he's
anybody else
double
seeing doubles
camera.
here?
He's a double camera now.
He'll make me do that too.
Got a twin.
Now you got a DJ.
I got it working.
Now you got a DJ battle yourself.
There we go.
There you go. There you go.
So how many people do we still have on, Howie? Because I see just numbers going crazy here.
Okay, right now there's 99 in the chat and 11 participants. So there you go. You're at 100.
100 people hanging.
100 people.
Dave Star's been cracking up over here. He hasn't said a word, but he's been
I'm not
up.
kidding you. Where I honestly told John, where was it at here?
You were hoping to get 15 people.
It was yeah, I said sorry because he was messaging me when I was at the grocery store today, and I said sorry, just got back from the grocery store. That works. We're talking about how we're going to plan it. I said let's hope people tune in, and then I was like, let's hope people tune in. He goes, oh, they will. So
nice glasses, Howie.
Wow, thank you.
Yeah,
So,
don't leave those out in the sun and start somebody's car on fire.
These are designer glasses from Costco.
That's it. Thank you for who just posted that there about the drops. Rick. Oh, you did it, Rick.
Yeah,
Okay.
that's mine.
That's something that we can talk about in the future. I have mine powered off. I have lots of drops. That's something you might want to possibly work in the future. Those are other shows that we can talk about too.
Mm-hmm. Where's the one? I know you got the female one. What's the other one that you got?
Power everything back up. Okay, I'll let you hear.
Oh, you mean you're already powering stuff down?
It had been powered off before I did Vegas mode.
Oh, okay. Oh, yeah, that's right.
Are these shirts that you've actually designed there, Rick?
Yeah.
Oh, nice.
It's pretty cool though because all proceeds I'm making off of that is going into providing giveaways for people for prizes.
Oh, okay, cool.
Very cool.
So I'm not actually making money on it.
24 minutes to a 3-hour show.
Oh boy.
Speaking of those rooms and places that you have to go, have you ever had people put a request in a bucket and then they got to pull the string up in order to get the request?
But I've heard of places.
That happens a lot in the barns that we have around here. They put you way up on the second loft, as far possibly as away from everybody as you possibly can be, completely disconnected, and then they end up giving us crappy bucket with a string, and people throw pieces of paper in there, and then you got to pull it up.
I you know what? I charge by the step.
All right, so here are the two samples.
It's not cheap either.
That's the sad part is that get to the loft, it's a staircase on the outside. You don't even get the opportunity to go inside and keep yourself warm if it's raining.
Can you guys hear me?
Yeah.
Okay, wasn't sure there because it's not registering on the little thing here. All right, the two samples I have is one I told you I had the couple. They are from England, Nigel and Yvonne Dunmore from England, and I had them sample, and I did this in the 90s. Wow, way long time ago. So it is.
You are listening to Michael Joseph, MJ in the mix.
And the other one was a sample that said, "Much respect to all you MCs, DJs, producers out there," and I took that much respect to all you MCs, DJs, producers out there, and made this one.
MC, DJs, MJ.
Out of that one, that's all I did was just do the sample. So we can talk about drops and stuff like that. There's all kinds of stuff. So we will be doing more of this. Thank you all for tuning in. You guys are awesome. I can't believe that this many people are standing around listening to me and all of us. I didn't think this was possible. John, if we would have had 12 people tonight, I would have been, John, we had 12 people. Oh, my word. So for all of you, you guys are freaking awesome. Thank you. We will be doing more of this. Please drop me a private message, whether it be Facebook. I usually answer Facebook better than email. But you can go to my website at iammj.com or djmichaeljoseph.com. They both go to the same spot. Drop me a message about stuff you would like to see on future ones, and we'll cover it to the best of my ability. Like I said before, we said earlier, I'm going to try to talk to Serato and see if they'll let me talk about the new Serato. If they will, next week we'll talk about the new Serato. I'll show it off or whatever. But get in contact with me or John or whoever you feel most comfortable talking to, and let us know all about these, even the other chat rooms maybe you're in, what you might want to do with this. And like I said, this is the stuff I want to share with you guys to make you have fun like I have fun. And you know, that's about all I can say is just it's supposed to be fun. If it's not fun, then, you know, I don't know. I mean, we've all seen DJs that whine and complain constantly. Those are the guys that I want to throat punch. It's like our job, our literal job is to celebrate with people, whether it be at a bar, someone celebrating the end of a work week, or at a wedding or a birthday party. That is our literal job, is to celebrate with people. So have fun with it.
Well, 100 people had fun tonight, MJ. You did a great job.
Thank you, guys. God bless all of you for hanging out. And
you broke the internet.
Thanks, guys.
Yeah, boy.
Thanks, MJ.
All right, guys. Take care. God bless.
Good night, all.
Peace.